Hello, beautiful soul. This is Kirsten with Kismet, and lately I've been getting a request for this information from so many of you that I thought I'd just pop it into a video so that you could have it on hand and use it when you need it. And this request, you're wondering, Kirsten, what are you talking about? Is how to ask for a sign from the universe. Yes, you can get guidance whenever you want, and it's so simple and easy. And I'm going to walk you right through it so you know exactly what to do so that you can receive that little nudge you need to make that big decision. Because sometimes we become paralyzed by the choices we need to make. It may be a big decision like, do we end a relationship, or should we take that new job? Or it can be a small relationship, or excuse me, it could be a small issue such as, should I make that purchase? Um, so let me just share a quick story about how I've used this in my life, and then I'll tell you all about how you can ask the universe for a sign. So it was about almost 2 years ago, and I was struggling with the new premium levels for healthcare. I am an entrepreneur, I'm self-employed, and so I pay for my own healthcare. And my premium had gone up 67%, and it was beyond what I felt I was capable of paying. And I have always been a responsible adult. I have always had car insurance, house insurance, health insurance, and the thought of not having health insurance was frightening, terrifying actually. I didn't know what I should do. I didn't want to be paying such a significant amount of my monthly income towards healthcare. And I, in the last few years, have been a tremendously healthy person. I've been very blessed in that way. I rarely get sick. And so I struggled with this and I agonized with this. And I had recently at that time read a book by Gabby Bernstein called The Universe Has Your Back. And so in it, she talks about asking for a sign. So I decided, what the hey, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I asked the universe for a sign. If I was to not have health care and would be perfectly healthy, could the universe show me a red Corvette? And in my mind, I'm thinking like a Matchbox car, or even Prince's song, Little Red Corvette, which is one of my favorites. And then to put the kicker on it, I asked the universe for a timeline because I needed to make this decision by the end of the year. So I was asking on like December 23rd, and I said I really needed it by December 29th. Yeah, I really, really, really needed the sign within that time frame. So on December 29th, I was like, where's my sign? Where's my sign? Where is my sign? And I went to a client meeting and beforehand drove into a Starbucks to get a cup of coffee. And went in, got my coffee, came out, and it's December in Minnesota, and it was snowing to beat all. You know, the big fluffy flakes that stick everywhere. It was accumulating in the parking lot, and I'm thinking, why the heck, Kirsten, are you out in this? You hate driving in snow, and I was kind of crabby about the whole thing. And I came out and I got into my car, and I looked up, and pulling into the parking lot was a vintage 1970 red Corvette. Who drives a red Corvette in Minnesota in December in a snowstorm? Well, apparently this guy did. Not only that, he pulled up right next to me, got out of his car, waved at me as I'm sitting there in disbelief, and goes in to get his cup of coffee. There is the biggest sign in the world. It was so in my face, it blew my mind, and I cried. I still get teary thinking about it. Cried and cried and cried and cried. And I went home and I canceled the health insurance. And I didn't need it. Actually, I've gone 2 years without health insurance, but this year's looking up, so I'm back into being a full adult. But that was a huge choice for me. That was a huge leap of faith that nothing would happen to me at all while I was uninsured. And I needed that boost from the divine to know it was okay to make that choice. So you can ask for signs from the universe. It's really quite simple. The first thing you need to know is you need to be clear. You need to be clear about what you're asking and make it yes or no. So a good example is, let me think of my example, but should I buy this computer? If yes, then please send me a ladybug. That's actually one of my for this computer I'm using, that's one of my examples. If I should get out of this relationship, please show me something. If you have a timeline, set the timeline on there. Here's the thing though, you need to be really clear. It needs to be yes or no. Can't be ambiguous, and you really need to, when you think about it or say it out loud, make sure that's really what you're asking and that there's no hidden agenda. So drill down, get really, really clear. Secondly, make sure that you are asking for something that is unusual, not something you see every day. And usually, if you're thinking about what should I ask for, because that'll come into your mind, whatever pops in first, that's what you should be asking for. So whether it be a penguin in the middle of summer, I've used a pelican, just something, an octopus, ant, whatever it may be, something unusual. And if you're like me, the third thing I ask is that my awareness is open and that they make it, a big ass sign, because I don't always get subtleties. So make sure that you're clear. You choose something that you will remember, that's important, and that is unusual enough for you to notice. If you're like me and you need a big ass sign, then ask for it to be something that's in your face. Next, be aware. Just be aware. It may happen quickly. Here's the deal. If it doesn't happen within a timeline you specified, that's your answer too. You can ask for a, if yes, show me this. If no, show me that. And remember, make sure you remember what you're asking for so you don't miss it. But if you only ask a yes and it doesn't appear, then your answer is no. Simple as that. And then the last step is to second to last step, to be thankful, to say thank you, be grateful for the sign that you received. Be like, oh my gosh, there's my sign. And then you'll be like on the computer to me and saying, Kirsten, I got my sign. I'm so excited. Let me tell you all about it. And then the final step, follow through. No matter what the sign says, follow through. I've asked for signs and gotten them and then thought, oh crap, now I have to do this. Now I have to take the leap of faith and actually do it and listen to the universe and allow what's going to happen to happen. So, to recap, be clear about what you want. Ask for, you can do it with a timeline if you're under a timeline, but be crystal clear. Secondly, choose a sign that is unusual or the first thought that pops into your head. Thirdly, be aware. Increase your awareness. Remember what your sign is. If you don't think you're going to remember, write it down and put it in your wallet. And realize that if you've asked for just a yes sign and it doesn't happen within a certain timeline that you specified, the answer is no. Or you can always do a yes this, no that type of request. Fourth, be grateful when you receive your sign. No matter what it may be something that you did not anticipate. You may not have been thinking that's the direction you should go in. Maybe you're thinking, I should quit my job, and the sign says, no, you shouldn't. But be grateful for the sign. And lastly, follow through. Follow through on the guidance you've been given. celebrate that you are in tune with this and use this tool whenever you want. It can be for big things, it can be for little things, but anytime that you are struggling with a choice, this tool is available to you. So I challenge you in the month of December to use this at least once, just to try it on for size and see how it works. It is such an amazing, amazing experience. And if you do, and you get your sign, email me. Yeah, email me and say, hey, Kirsten, I got my sign. Let me tell you about it. It's so friggin' cool. So with that, beautiful soul, I wish you a very, very happy holiday season. And please share with me all those brilliant signs that come your way. In love and light, this is Kirsten.